Okay, I am back and I have a couple of items for this back inside cover. And I believe, I'm just recording this, I'm trying to remember, I think I did end the last video, so welcome back to a new design team project for Country Craft Creations. We are using the beautiful Safari collection to make this mini album. And we've already made the pages, decorated them, put them in the book, and now we are doing the inside back cover. You can get all your supplies at Country Craft Creations. We are using Safari and we are using black artisan cardstock. So let's jump right in. Excuse me, we're going to do an accordion pocket with a flap. You can get the cutting guide at my blog. I'll link it down below. It is free. And I have cut this flap the wrong size. I already know I did, but I'll tell you the right size. 7.5 by 4.5. Mine is 7, so I need to recut. And then you need a piece that is 3.25 by 10.5. What's the matter, Jolly? If you can hear her, she's crying. She's going to come over and tell me all about it. Okay. Hey, sweetheart. Yeah, that's sharp. Let's stay away from that. Okay. So now let me show you if you can see. Oh, she's going to lie down. Okay, this may take a minute. What's the matter, sweetheart? Okay, here you go. Okay, she may be back, but she definitely wanted some attention this morning. She had a bad day yesterday. She spent most of her day getting yelled at by Mommy because she kept trying to destroy one of my good chairs. Okay. She's only 1.5 years, so she's still got some of that kitten energy. She's got a lot of that kitten energy. Okay. So what you want to do is score the long side of this at 1/2 inch. And then I don't know if you can see that mine has 2 sets of score lines at one end. I'm going to explain that. So score this end or one end at 1/2, 1, 1.5. Turn around, score the same thing. 1/2, 1, 1.5. Then take it to your book, do a dry fit, see how it fits. Mine was a little long, so I ended up doing a second set of score lines on this one, just each one over 1/8 of an inch, just to bring it in a little bit, and I'll trim a little extra off here if I have to. What you can do if you want is instead of cutting this 10.5, you could cut it 10 3/8. But it kind of depends on what size your book came out. That's why I say maybe just do it the regular size, test fit, it may be fine. If it's not, then you can rescore it over 1/8. And that's what I had to do. All right, then what you want to do is, I may trim that, I may not, it's really not a big deal. Let me do it on this side because you can see it a little better. But when you score this, and then you have this score line, it forms these 3 little squares. You want to cut those squares out. And the way I like to do it is to come in at a little bit of an angle starting above the score line down to the point and then out at an angle as well, which I shall show you. Hang on. Like that, and I could take the hair off. Sorry, I can't really see it too well, so there we go. Just like that. And then I'm doing it to my second set of score lines here. Just like that. Okay. I do not accordion the bottom of my pockets. It's too much of a pain. I just leave that plain and just accordion the sides. It works fine for me. So then you want to take, fold up the top. Where's my, there it is. Burnish it well. Turn over, burnish it well. I said the top, but that's actually the bottom. Okay, just like that. Excuse me. And actually, we could trim this, speaking of the top though. I'm just going to trim a little bit of an angle into this top as well. There we go. Okay, so there's that. And now you want to fold the first fold in like that, then the second one out. I hope I folded on the right one. I did. It's a little tricky when you've got two sets of score marks. And then in. So you're making, I feel like I did one of these wrong. I did, the middle one. Like I said, it's a little tricky when you've got two sets of score marks. That's why I say you may want to just trim it an 1/8 inch to start with. Alright, so then that goes on. I really should have done this with the excuse me, the one that only has one set of score marks, which I will. I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, there we go. Alright, so make this a little easier. So you're going to go in, out, and in. That's where this gets its name. Just doing an accordion fold, just like that. Okay, you can see you've got that. And then this, the bottom, is going to rest on top of that. Okay, so the bottom will kind of be have a little extra volume because of the bulk of the sides. And if you want to accordion the bottom too, you can. I just, like I said, I don't. I find it to be kind of a pain. So here's my tape. And let's go ahead and we're going to tape these two on the sides. You could use glue. Right, and we're also going to tape, of course, the bottom. Careful when you're putting tape on a long piece like this that you don't stretch your tape. I mean, you don't ever want to stretch your tape, but it's easy to do on a long piece like this. Okay, there we go. Just like that. All right, so let's just peel up the backing off of these two pieces of tape. Sorry if my hand is in the way there. And then you want to fold the bottom up and over, secure it in place, just make it easier to put this pocket on. Okay, this is the back. Make sure you've got it right side up, and you're just going to attach this right at the bottom. Okay, bit here. Hang on. Try that again. It's hard with black on black sometimes. I mean, it's alright if you're not right at the bottom, but you don't want to be up more than about a 1/16 of an inch. Okay, and I'll forget to take the tape off of this one. Turn yours so you can see it if you need to. There we go. Okay, so there's our accordion pocket. Just want to get in there and burnish. Okay, now we have, bend that a little bit, this flap that's going to go here, and I need to cut a new one because, as I said, I cut mine too short. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay. So I've cut mine, and then I actually cut mine 1/8 of an inch short because I had shortened my pocket by 1/8 of an inch. So we'll go ahead. This is easy. It's just a flap. So you're going to score the long side at 1/2 inch. One of these days I'll have to show you my little work caddy that I have off to the side there with all my tools. Not today though, because it's a mess. All right, and let's go ahead and tape. Trim the corners. Okay. Okay. And that is going to go right here, right along the top, lined up side to side with this pocket. Okay. Lining up the top, and I'm lining up the side of the pocket. I'm off a little bit, I think. Actually, I'm going to start from the outside. Turn around. Hang on. Okay, let's try that. I'm sorry if I'm off camera slightly. I will move in a moment. It's such a big book. Okay. Well, it's not really a big book. I shouldn't say that. It's not a big book at all. It's just a long book. There we go. Okay. So now we have our flap. Okay. And let's see. I'm checking it for overlap because I would like to put a magnet, but I feel like there's just not enough overlap between the flap and the pocket, so it would be really a little tricky. No, maybe not. Let's see. Let's just see where it would end up if we did it. Grab a couple magnets. The magnets I use are 7/16 by 1/32 thick, if you're wondering. That's okay. That's not bad. I mean, it'll be a little tight for decoration, but we can always carry our decoration up and over the top of the pocket too. So let's try that. This is definitely not a sort of frou-frou album where I want to have ribbons or anything like that. I say that, but I'm sure I'll put some on my tags. I just don't want bows on my pockets. Let's see how close to the edge of the pocket that actually is. Just grab a scrap here of something. I think that's going to be okay. Excuse me, I'm a little congested. It's first thing in the morning. Some of you know I work at night, so I tend to record early in the morning when I get up. Oh, that's good. That'll be fine. I don't think we'll have any trouble with getting these mats down. That's what I worry about when the magnets are too close to the edge. It's very difficult to get a decent looking mat, but these magnets are pretty thin, so. There's our inside back cover. And now the inside front cover is not going to get an element. We're just going to decorate it. Just drop something. Okay, so now we need to mat this. And we need to put a mat here, which will be a base for other decoration. And we'll probably do some other decoration on this flap as well. And of course we have our covers. All right, how are we doing for time? This has been, what, about 20 minutes, give or take? We could keep going. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I'm going to go and pick out some mats for all these places we have mats left to do, and then we will keep going. I'll be right back. Hi, everybody. Okay, I'm back. I have picked out some things for the cover and the insides. Now the cover, I'm going to do this very, very plain burgundy artisan cardstock because we're going to add a lot of stuff on top. And this is just going to be a base. And then for the inside, I am using, we haven't used this sheet yet, it's the one with the map. So I'm using that there. And then I'm going to use the same sheet back here with the map side up for the flap and then the pattern side for the front of the pocket. And I did not pick anything for the inside lining or the inside of this flap yet. I'm kind of waiting to see where I get with some other things before I choose that. So what I want to do, we're going to ignore the front for now. Let's go ahead and just do this pocket flap and pocket front. And I may need to trim it. I think I cut it a little bit too big. All right, so we'll go ahead and trim that. Let's see, how's that? That's better. Where's my glue? There it is. Put that in my little dish so I don't lose it. My original plan was to use the, God, I don't like that, too much glue. Use the map side of this on the inside front and the inside back cover. But once I added the accordion pocket, I decided to go with a different idea. But I had set aside the paper because I knew I was going to use it on the covers. Okay. Make sure you put this right side up. And I did cut it. I cut the strip. Sorry, I'm like distracted. I'll show you in a minute. Hang on. What am I running into over here? Oh, the top of the pocket. Okay. What I did, hang on. I still have another sheet of this somewhere, I think. Because I didn't use it. Okay, so what I did, I cut across here to get the big piece for the inside front cover. Then I cut another strip for this, for the front of the pocket, and that left me this top piece that I used for here, and I was able to get this Africa and the lion. So that's how I cut these mats. Check this for fit. It might be too big also. Yeah. That's better. Now, there's that. Right. Oops, I had some glue in my hand. All right, now set aside this one. That's the inside front cover. And we're going to do the outside front cover. Like I said, I'm using this plain burgundy. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. You could use craft. You could use the other sheet of this and use this design. You could use one of the text patterns. It's mostly going to be covered by our decorations on the cover, which I haven't even decided yet, but I know I'm going to put a lot on the cover. So So don't fuss too much about this. Just get some kind of a base down. Like I said, craft or any of the more plain papers. You should have quite a bit left so far. Okay, there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a grommet here and then one in the back. And I'm going to use a chain closure. And I may not be making it in this video because I'm not sure I have any of the supplies. I think they're all packed up. But it's the same closure that I used on my Stamperia Forest album. However, I'm going to hunt around. I may have the stuff that I can make it. But either way, I have to put the grommet now. So I'm going to just pull out a couple of little darker colored ones. All the same. Is that the same color? No, that one's too dark. Let's see. Those two are similar. That one's too cool. How about this one? There we go. I probably should put these in separate containers based on color, but that would make too much sense. Alright, so I'm going to get a pencil. You do not need to do this if you don't want to, if you don't have this tool. You can always use a ribbon closure or a clip closure that I do a lot, or whatever type of closure you like. As it is, it doesn't even really need a closure, but I don't know how much stuff's going to go on the inside, and I think it'll be decorative, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. So what I'm going to do is, alright, so this is 5.5. So half of 5.5 is 2 3/4. So I need to come up 2 3/4 and in, I don't know, about a 1/2 inch. Just made a tiny mark there. I need to be in just a hair more. Oh, hang on, let me think about that. No, I can't be in that far. It actually needs to be fairly close to the edge to get this chain. Okay, so hang on. I think I need to be like 1/4 of an inch, not a 1/2 inch. Pardon my head if it's in the shot. My hair is a mess. I'm definitely working a messy bun these days. Okay, there we go. All right. Yeah, that's what we want. Okay, so it's 2 3/4 up, 1/4 inch in, and then you're going to punch a hole. And I have then you're going to insert your grommet. And squish, just like that, okay? And then we're going to do the same thing back here. Make sure you open up the pocket. Right, we'll go up 2 3/4 and in 1/4 on the back. There, okay, and just using my tool to poke out it. The thing you punch out gets stuck in there sometimes. All right, let me turn this over. It's a little tricky because I don't want to obviously I don't want to punch the pocket. I probably should have done this before I put the pocket on. Pull that down out of the way. It really, really is close. I'm just gonna get this as close as I can. If they're not even, they're not even. You do yours before you put the pocket on. I wonder. No, I was gonna check and see if I could use a regular hole punch, or even an awl maybe, to make the hole. No, I'm afraid if I do that, it'll be a mess. Okay. All right, I'm punching part way through this pocket, I think. But if I did, I did. And you know what? I did, but it's almost invisible. Okay. All right, so definitely do yours before you do put the pocket in. I'll try to remember to tell you that in the introductory video. Hopefully I did, and you know. Okay. All right. There. Okay. There's the back, there's the front, and now we can go ahead and put this one in. It'll hide the back of that grommet, and the pocket lining will hide the back of the one back here. Oops, forgot to put the pin in my glue again. Probably off camera. There we go. And it occurred to me, just as I was doing this, that I probably should have put this first, because the chain is going to have to come all the way through. Can I get it off? No, there's nothing I can do about it. Okay. When you do... I'm sorry, I messed this up so badly. I am clearly just not all together. All right, so when you do yours, and I will try to remember this to tell you ahead of time. When you do yours, put this mat down and this mat down, and then your grommet, and do the same back here. Of course, back here is fine because I haven't put that mat in yet, but I should have put that in. But what I can do with this one is just mat it a little shallow. But in any case, it's not going to be a real problem because I can still just punch a hole there and hide it with a like a paper. You know what I'm talking about. It's hole reinforcement. Okay. Oh my goodness, I think I better stop. Okay, so when we come back, I'm going to see if I can find all the stuff for those chains, which we won't need to do till the end, but if I can't, I will link you to a video showing you how to make them. And then we need to decorate the cover, choose the spine and the back. I'm kind of pausing on those because I don't yet know what the front cover is going to look like. The inserts are mostly just going to be the cut aparts. There are side pockets if you want to put side pocket inserts, and we may make some. There's only 3, so we may go ahead and do that. But next time we're going to get this cover done. So thanks so much for your patience while I futzed around with this. Remember, mats first, then grommets on both the front and the back, and do that before you put the pocket on. Okay, think that's the only other thing. Okay, next time we will make our cover. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and don't forget you can get everything you need for this project at Country Craft Creations. I will link it down below, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.